What the hell is going on with the world right now? Hello, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to tell you how you can stay in shape, tweak your nutrition and stay healthy during this crisis, which is coronavirus. My name is Louis Hickson. If you're new here, I am an online personal trainer and YouTuber. Disclaimer, I am not an expert in virus or contagious viruses. I don't have any qualifications in the medical field. So that's just a quick throw it out there. But today's video, I do believe I can do my bit with giving you some value in this sad time, because maybe it's happened already, maybe it hasn't, but you might not have access to a gym. Let's talk about training, because unfortunately a lot of gyms in the world have been closed now because of the coronavirus, and even more sad is the fact that people are in lockdown in their own homes. So, you know, mentally, physically, very hard for you. I sympathize with people. However, that's why I made this video, to give you a solution when it comes to your training. So what I'm going to show you in a few moments is basically a variation of exercises for each muscle group. So I've done 2 exercises per muscle group. Now, these exercises I feel were the most beneficial in regards to, you know, not having much access to equipment or minimal equipment. You know, you can do these exercises with a lot of time under tension. So you want to make things harder. So because you can't add weights, or you can't add that much load, because, you know, most of us out there haven't really got a massive home gym, then, you know, you just need to basically make it, those exercises, harder for yourself by slowing the tempo down. You know, when you go down with the weights or the load, you slow it down. When you come up, you really want to squeeze that muscle when you contract it as well. So the other thing that I want to say is you want to be doing 2 to 3 sets of each exercise, and I would meet in the middle. And I don't like doing this, but I'm going to put a number on it and say 10 reps per set of each exercise. Now, I would recommend doing at least 3 full body workouts per week during this time. Why full body? Well, because, for example, if you're in a gym, you could do 8 to 10 different bicep exercises. But when you're in the comfort of your own home, you know, most of us can't really do that unless you have a massive gym. So that's why full body, I believe, is going to be the most beneficial during this time. Hopefully it's only for a few weeks. So the next thing I want to talk about is the actual workout itself. Now, what I would suggest to start off with is, for this week, you could do 1 exercise of your choice per body part, and again 2 to 3 sets of those exercises at 10 reps with around 1 to 2 minutes rest in between sets if you can. And then the week after, how you can work up from that is you could then do those 2 exercises for each muscle group as well. Okay, it's up to you, depending on how much volume, how much intensity you usually do. You could do the full workout and do 2 exercises for each body part. But to start off with, you know, I would recommend 1 exercise per body part, because I would say, you know, most people who've been lifting for a long time might just think, well, you know what, I'm going to concentrate on my nutrition and might not work out for a week or 2. But maybe most people who are very new to lifting weights, you know, 2 exercises of each might be a lot of volume for you to begin with. So maybe try 1 exercise of each, and then, like I said, next week move on to 2 exercises of each as well. Try it out, see how it feels and let me know in the comments if you liked the workout. nutrition. These are pretty basic things, but very important during a time like this. So health is number one priority. So I'm gonna list some foods that should be maybe on the priority list, especially for your immune system, because the better your immune system is gonna put you in a better position than not having a good immune system. Again, I'm not an expert in specific foods for the coronavirus, things like that, but these are just foods, again, which are very good for your health and immune system. So, things like oranges, vitamin C, things like tangerines, clementines, all the things with vitamin C, lemon. Also might be a good time to invest in things such as multivitamins and things like vitamin C supplements, maybe if there's no food left on the shelves, which is a high chance right now as well. And things like berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, those things have got lots of antioxidants in as well. And basically all of your green vegetables, so those things should probably be more of a priority than, you know, things like, am I getting enough protein or carbs before a workout, things like that. So the main thing that should be on your mind right now, more than cutting or gains, is your health. So those foods and supplements. Then let's get on to macros and calories. So when it comes to nutrition, probably shouldn't really change too much compared to what you were doing before maybe your gym got closed or something like that. But I would say, again, if you are trying to bulk, stay in a low calorie surplus, 200 to 300 calories a day above maintenance. Protein intake should be around 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then 1.4 to 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. A little bit more when it comes to a calorie deficit. So if you're in a calorie deficit, then that would be obviously if you're trying to lose body fat. So again, you know, still stick to the same principle as if, or how you were eating when gyms weren't closed. So be in a surplus if you're trying to build muscle, be in a deficit if you're trying to lose fat. Again, it can just be a small deficit. However, because your training might not be as optimal as usual, the top macro that you should be trying to concentrate on consuming the most and tracking the most is protein, okay? Especially if you're in a calorie deficit. So if you're in a calorie deficit, you definitely, I would say, want to be consuming around 2.2 to 2.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight, and probably around 1.6 to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So protein should probably increase a little bit during this time anyway, especially because your training's not going to be as optimal as what it could be. But definitely, if you're in a calorie deficit, increase your protein a little bit. So another thing which you could try with your nutrition, bearing in mind your calories aren't too low, is something called carb cycling. So first of all, again, decide if you are in a surplus to bulk or you're in a deficit to lose body fat. And then from there, on the days when you are going to be doing your training sessions at home, you would basically have the normal amount of carbs or a higher amount of carbs. And the days when you are not doing those training sessions, resting, or maybe, you know, a little walk around the house, if unfortunately you are in lockdown, then, you know, try and have very low carbs, and if you can, if you want, no carbs at all. Again, this depends how low your calories are. And then what you would do on the days when you're having very low carb days, when you're resting, is you could basically bump your protein up a little bit. I would say to no more than 2.7 grams per kilo per day, and bump your fats up a little bit as well. However, you don't want to bump your fats up too much. You definitely don't want to bump your fats up to much more than 30% of your daily calorie intake. Another little thing which you could do, which I would recommend if you have a food scale and you're quite good at meal prep. If you're not, don't worry, there's lots of videos out there on meal prep. So if you can, try and have a variety of foods. Try and have a variety of proteins, yeah? So, you know, again, depends how much is left on the shelves, but fish, things like chicken, steak, eggs. If you're vegan, things like vegan protein powders as well might be a good idea. Certain beans and lentils have got a good amount of protein in them as well. However, it probably would be more difficult for you to maintain that level of protein unless you've got supplements. So that is something else to take into consideration as well. So that is the end of today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I do sympathize with those all across the world in this very tough time, but if we all pull together as communities across the world, we can beat this. So please let me know in the comments as well if this video brought you some value, it helped you out in regards to your training and nutrition, and if the exercises and workouts helped you and you gave it a try. Also, let me know in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up because, you know, again, it's love. We need love at this time. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. I will see you soon.